Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is Josh and I'm currently a senior in my undergraduate studies as a pre-med. So what I'm doing right now is applying to graduate schools. As I'm finishing up my undergraduate studies, it has been a really hectic week trying to get everything sorted and complete everything within the time allowed. But it's really nice now because I'm on winter break at the time that I'm filming this. So I've had a couple days so far, but I've got about 3.5 weeks of just rest before I go back and finish my final semester. So it's been super awesome, but in this video, I'm just gonna be talking about the update on life, the graduate school application process, and the schools that I'm applying to. So in terms of life, starting off with number one, life updates. Like I said, I just finished up my second to last semester in my undergraduate studies. We just had our final exams, and at this point, I am back home for a couple of weeks, just relaxing, taking a massive needed brain break because I've been overwhelmed and stressed, as with every semester as a pre-med, and overwhelming myself, which I tend to do to keep myself busy and then look back and absolutely hate the fact that I overwhelm myself, but that's besides the point. And in terms of graduate schools and graduate school application, the process has been very lengthy. I wanted to ask all of my professors that I needed a letter of recommendation from in person instead of email before we left for break. So I went to their offices and asked them for a letter of recommendation, but I knew that it would be a lot to ask because I knew that it was exam week. They had exams to give as well as those to grade. I had some to take myself, and so there were a couple days that didn't work for me because I was cramming for the exams and had to try and meet with different professors. One ended up getting sick, ended up meeting over Zoom, whole fiasco, but everything worked out in the end. So that was what I was trying to do. I also had to update my resume. I also had to write supplemental essays that were required for each of the individual programs. So when it comes to graduate schools, it's a little bit more complicated than undergrad or even medical school because you have the AMCAs and you have the general application. And so it's really tough because you have to apply directly through the website for the school that you're applying to. You can't just fill out one form and then submit it to all of them. The only thing that's nice that you can submit is if they all require a resume, you can submit the same resume. If they all require letters of recommendation, those letters of recommendation could be the exact same. And so that's really nice. That's the only easy part because other than that, you have any supplemental essay that might be different, which all of mine, of course, were different between all the schools that I'm applying to. Some required 2, some required 3, and some even required 4. And so that was really, really tough. But going back and updating my resume was actually the easiest part. But other than that, you just have to submit all of those things. And so some of them require a CV, which is specific curriculum vitae is what it's in Latin. And it just means specific things that you've done that will make you a good applicant or candidate for that specific program. So when I applied to Northwestern University's neuroscience program, I had to submit one of those. I had to submit a resume, letters of recommendation, as well as a supplemental essay. And that was just talking about what I did in the past in my undergraduate studies, such as internships, research, or classes that would make me a good candidate for their neuroscience program. Why I would be a good fit, why I would be a better applicant than somebody else. And so it wasn't really asking a lot. I think it was 750 words or less, but it was just something that you have to do in order to complete that application. But I'm really looking forward to hearing back from all of them. Hopefully I get in somewhere because as I finish up here, I don't have any jobs lined up because I'm hoping to get into a couple master's programs, pick one, move there, or maybe stay in the same state, complete that master's program as I'm applying to medical school, about halfway through it if it's a 2-year program, and then hopefully going to medical school directly after. And so it's crazy because I am only 20, so thinking about master's programs, thinking about graduating even in 3 years instead of 4, thinking about medical school and whatever that entails is overwhelming, and it's a lot, but I have to take it one step at a time, and it's just something that I have to realize that goes in a chronological order because I can't apply to medical schools without applying to master's programs. Can't apply to master's programs without finishing up my undergrad because if I don't graduate, then there's no point because I'm not going to have any degree. I'm going to have to retake classes or whatever that may be. And luckily that's not the case, but I just have to remind myself that it's a specific order and all that entails. So that's kind of a life update. I know that was a lot. I know it's quick, but stay tuned for more updates on this channel. I will post them as I hear back from these graduate schools. I'll make one big video opening up all of my either acceptances or rejections as I hear back from these schools. And so hopefully I get good news, but stay tuned for that. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.